morning, everyone. Thank you for your patience for waiting over the call, and we'll start our sessions now. Very warm welcome to the Triotech Software Training's Oracle Fusion Finance Cloud demo. Hope you all are doing good. With this, we will start with our session for today. All right. So the agenda for today is something that I will like to discuss first, couple of minutes, and then followed by that, we will deep dive into the details or the overview of the Oracle Fusion applications as a whole. Okay, so before even moving into this particular direction, this particular course is designed for a coding-free Oracle Fusion Financials training. So basically, when we say coding-free, it means that no kind of technical knowledge is required for you to be, for you to have prior to having or going through this particular course. So this I would like to just make it very clear so that it's understood for everyone, and basically you can have that kind of clarity even before we move on to the course particulars. Okay. Now, as and when we deep dive into the session, you will basically understand what Oracle Fusion is all about, and also you will understand what kind of course offering we would be giving, and similarly what are the different topics that we would be covered, what are the different modules that would be covered, and also you will get a gist of basically where all this particular Oracle softwares are being used, so that you will have a visibility, okay, with respect to what your scope would be, okay, once you get once you complete this course, and once you enter the market with this particular experience of the Oracle Fusion Financials. Okay. Now, typically, what every participant generally would have a question with reference to the course and how it would be beneficial for them, is quite a common question that may arise in their mind. So basically, to just give you a clarity on those aspects as well, this particular course, will enable you, first of all, who would be basically eligible to take this course and move forward with the training activities. Okay, so this particularly anyone and everyone who has a basic degree, and basic degree in any domain, not necessary it is whether it is an accounting, finance, or any technical or arts, or any domain, basically are eligible to get this to learn this course. uh, Particularly it would be beneficial for people who are freshers, who are looking into looking on to have a kickstart with their career. Okay, so basically it would be very very beneficial for them, as well as for all those candidates who are looking to move their career into an IT domain. Okay, for them also it would be quite beneficial. So talking about not only IT people who are already in the IT domain, rather also people who are in the non-IT domain who want to switch their career to the IT domain, for them also this course will be much beneficial, as it will open doors once you are through this particular course. Okay, so since it is a financial applications course, you may definitely have this kind of question as to whether only people who are from the financial background may only understand this aspects. Definitely, the finance knowledge, accounting knowledge would be an added or added advantage or a plus point to learn this particular course, or to learn this particular applications. But definitely it is not a mandatory requirement. So anyone, okay, basically can get that knowledge, okay, through different resources that are available online, and they get their basic understanding of the accounting knowledge, and definitely they will also be able to proceed further with this, applications and get trained and, proceed, in their career. So that's where I said, just to, clarify these kind of questions, definitely, which every other candidate has. So I have just, touch based on this in the beginning itself. Okay. Now, moving on to the agenda. So introduction, basically, the introduction of Oracle ERP as a whole will be shared with you, so that you have a understanding of what an ERP is all about. And then Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, so around the Oracle Fusion applications, then we will move on and discuss just to understand, have a background of what an Oracle Fusion application is all about, how it came into existence, what are the different applications that are there in the Oracle Fusion suite. Okay, and also towards the end, as I mentioned, we will understand what are the modules covered, and also to give a brief idea around the different work profiles that that are basically you would be eligible to once you have completed this course and gained the required knowledge. All right. With that, let's move to the next details of our agenda for today. So the first thing to understand is ERP. Okay, what an ERP is all about. Okay, as the acronym stands for, it is nothing but the enterprise resource planning. Okay, so the softwares that are, so more or less, you can say these are softwares that are designed to help the management, okay, carry out their different functions within the business. Okay, different functions, not only just one function, but all functions, whether it is a financials function or the supply chain as operations, or any reporting aspects, or manufacturing, human resource, sales, customer relationship management, manufacturing, so on and so forth. So you can see here the wheel, basically the pie chart, which says, or which has outlined the different functions of the business that we can think of in general. Okay, but ERP actually provides even more than that. Also, there are many departments, many functions within the business which we may not have heard of as well. Okay, but still for those things as well, or those processes as well, there are applications and softwares that are built by different ERP software providers in the market. Okay, now, or more or less, all in all, ERP is nothing but that helps the businesses manage the data, even the process, and as well as the data, okay, related to the different functions of the business, so that optimum time utilization can be done, optimum resource utilization can be done, and thereby overall the progress of the organization can be taken care of. Okay, now in the market, there are many ERP, software providers and service providers. Okay, so some of the known names, okay, the market leaders in the ERP software space are Oracle, okay, SAP. We generally know it by the name as SAP, okay, or SAP, as we may call it. Then there is Salesforce, then Unit 4 Egresso or Northgard, Advanced, Pegasus, Epicor, Infor, okay, even nowadays Zoho. Okay, so these are all the different ERP software providers in the market that actually may be giving a full suite of product for carrying out or for enabling the different functions of the business, or it may even be for some niche specific functions of the business. Like a typical case would be of a Salesforce. Okay, Salesforce is more or less for CRM, that is customer relationship management and sales related activities, for which they focus. Oracle, on the other hand, they provide software for all the different functions of the business. Whatever you can think of, for all those areas, Oracle has a particular software or an application built around it. Okay, similarly, SAP. So these are all, it may vary from the kind of business functions or processes that they may cater to, but more or less, these are all in total called as a ERP softwares. Okay, enterprise resource planning softwares. All right, moving on to the next part. our course basically is around what? Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, so we will in the coming days or even today and in the coming days, we will be learning on the Oracle Fusion applications and that too particularly around finance. But it is quite important to understand what an Oracle Fusion is all about. Okay, so the Oracle Fusion applications, it can be best described as what? A product that is being built on open standards based platform. Okay, so multiple platforms have been utilized to design, develop the Fusion applications or even enhance for that matter. Okay, design, develop, or enhance the Fusion applications over a period of time. Okay, so these are all some of the tools or some of the technologies you can say or platforms you can say on which the Oracle Fusion as a software or as an application suite has been developed. Okay, so these are many across the IT industry. You can these are known names. Okay, known platforms on which many softwares are being built. Okay, so these are this is again something that has been used in the Oracle Fusion applications development. Okay, so since this is a bit more technical in nature, okay, we are not going into deep diving into what all these are specifically. Okay, so we are not looking into that, but we are definitely understanding as an overview what the Oracle Fusion applications have been built on. Now, built on best business processes. Okay. So across the industry, what is the best business practices? Okay. The recommended business practices, the industry-wide, best practices. In line with that, the Fusion applications have been built. Okay. So when you say best practices, basically the leading practices you can say in any industry, according to that, the softwares are designed so that the larger need of the industry can be met. Okay, so that is where you can see these are some of the softwares which basically Oracle has built over a period of time or acquired over a period of time in order to build up on the repository or basically you can say built up on their capabilities. Okay, so EBS suite, okay, or e-business suite as we call it, it was an Oracle's own product that Oracle has built from scratch. Okay, and to cater to some of the business processes initially. Okay, then over a period of time it has acquired PeopleSoft, that was a leading market player in the HCM, that is the human capital management processes. Similarly, JD Edwards was for the known for the finance and the supply chain management processes of the business. Then Siebel, again for customer relationship management and so on and so forth. Okay, nowadays there are many more applications or different leading softwares in the market that Oracle has acquired over a period of time in order to enhance, okay, and its own capabilities, its ERP capabilities, and thereby become market leader with respect to the ERP domain. Okay, then this is something that is deployed through a selection of options. Okay, so deployment. Okay, each of the applications that you have today, it has to be somehow deployed. Okay, now one of the latest technologies that we hear every time or everywhere is the cloud technology. Okay, so that is where just for your understanding purpose or for you to relate, I have talked about this particular the platforms through which the deployment of the Oracle Fusion applications are done. We will discuss a bit more in detail to just give you a quick overview of what this is and what is the difference between a public cloud or a private cloud on premise. Okay, just to give you a quick understanding on these aspects, we will again understand a bit more in detail. Okay, so overall, what you can say, Oracle Fusion applications is what? It is a suite of application or a host of applications, you can say, built on Oracle Cloud. Okay, that is the cloud-based, technology that includes cloud-based applications for enterprise resource planning, okay, enterprise performance management, supply chain management, human capital management, and customer experience, and many more. Okay, so this is the just a couple of family of applications that has been mentioned over here, but it has many more applications built under its umbrella in order to cater to the business requirements. Okay. Now, just a reminder, admin team is here on the call as well, and they would be sharing some forms for you to be filled up. If you guys are interested and to enroll, you may, provide confirmation and details to the admin team. Okay, as and when we proceed, you can do that. But just to remind you, I have mentioned at this point. Okay. Now coming to the you need to understand the evolution or the path that Oracle has come across over the years in building their Fusion applications. Okay, so that is it is also quite important to have that kind of knowledge or understanding. Okay, now evolution or path to Fusion. Okay, so how over a period of time Oracle has evolved. Okay, as I mentioned, Oracle had built its own homegrown product, that is the e-business suite. Okay. Now, over a period of time, Oracle has, acquired, as I mentioned, the PeopleSoft, JD Edwards. Okay. Then Siebel. Then here are some of the other list of, applications that have been listed. PeopleSoft, then Hyperion reporting tool. Okay. So all of these they have acquired over a period of time as well, so that they can integrate other business processes, other leading softwares that cater to different, business processes as a niche, and they have included it in the Fusion applications family. Okay, thereby giving integrated design, integrated, software that helps business efficiently manage their business processes and data. Okay. Along with this, we will understand a bit more in detail around, the early releases and things like that. What are the early release of the, ERP cloud applications? What is the current release of the, ERP cloud applications? Similarly, version upgrades. All these things we will understand, but a bit more, related to the, on-premise or the versus cloud deployment model is something that we will understand over here. Okay, before we go into the further details of the Oracle applications. Now, uh, Oracle Fusion on-premise versus cloud. Okay, so Oracle Fusion on-premise versus cloud, the word itself on-premise says that on the premises of the particular company or the particular organization that is buying the licenses for the Oracle application. So definitely, just like you know that every software, okay, that you want to use, maybe there is a free version of it that you will be able to use, but then if you want to fully utilize it, there will be a licensing fee, okay, or a subscription fee that you have to pay for, right? So the same way for Oracle softwares or Oracle ERP applications as well, a kind of licensing structure is there, okay, which has to be procured by the organizations in order to utilize the respective applications, that they are buying the licenses for. But once they have procured the licenses, okay, how is it basically installed, or how on what model is it basically being installed? That is what we are talking about. That is what the deployment model is all about. Okay, on premise or versus the cloud deployment model. Okay, so basically, on-premise is something that I will explain first, because that is what you might be, or many of you might be familiar with. Okay, when we talk about from any kind of software deployment model. So on-premise, basically on the company premises, using the company data centers and company's infrastructure. Basically, the installation or deployment of the applications are being done. So that is what an on-premise is all about. So on-premise, the company where that is procured the licenses for on their premise, uh, on their cloud data centers. Okay, and the installation of the applications would be done, and additionally the infrastructure as a service, IaaS, that stands for infrastructure as a service. They have to procure the licenses for that as well, in order to build the respective or maintain their respective capabilities of the on-premise model of ERP. Okay, so this is just a brief around the on-premise. Now, what is cloud? Okay, so many of them are on cloud right now. On-premise model is, you know, definitely it is there in the market, but it is something that will be, going away over a period of time, or in some time it will be going away because the technology that all the applications right now are on the cloud deployment model. Okay, so you need to understand when it is cloud deployment model, who maintains it, manages it, and all those things you need to understand. So in the previous case, as I mentioned, the company itself on their premises, the installation and management of things would be done, management of applications and things would be done. But in case of cloud, who maintains it? It is Oracle themselves that maintain the infrastructure. Okay. So basically, everything would be maintained. The infrastructure altogether will be maintained by Oracle in their respective designated places. We call it as the data centers. Okay. So Oracle has its own data centers established across the world. Okay. And wherein the deployment of the Oracle Fusion applications are being done. Okay. Do we need application alone? Yes. Okay. So basically, only application access is required. Okay. And therefore, what do you buy the licenses for? You buy the licenses, or basically the organization buys the licenses for the SaaS applications. The SaaS, what does it mean? SaaS, software as a service. Okay, the full form is what? Software as a service application. That is what you buy, or that is what the organization would buy the licenses for from Oracle. Okay. Do we need a platform and tool to create applications and services? No. Okay, there is no additional platform required, or additional data centers, or additional infrastructure, you can say in a layman terms, that is required for installation or use of the particular Oracle applications when it is deployed on the cloud model. Okay. And what do you buy? Buy SaaS and PaaS from Oracle. SaaS means software as a service license you would buy, as well as platform as a service license you would buy. Okay. Now you will understand a bit more in detail around these. Okay. What is exactly the difference between all these deployment models? Again, this is just for your knowledge purpose, so that when we are learning about a thing, you should have some basic background and basic understanding of the aspects. Okay. So that's where we are just covering, or I'm just covering this particular topic. Okay. Here, we are talking about, the Oracle cloud deployment models. Okay. Now, cloud deployment models, there are on-premise infrastructure as a service. These are some things, okay, that we talked about in just, okay, platform as a service, software as a service. Okay, software as a service. So you will understand the difference, okay, by looking at this particular diagram. Okay, applications on-premise, the application data, runtime, middleware, okay, all these infrastructural aspects, okay, would be managed by the company itself. You manage means the company manages it. Similarly, for infrastructure, the blue ones, okay, that particular piece of infrastructure and capabilities would be managed by the company itself, and the remaining ones, okay, the orange ones are something that Oracle would manage. Okay, in case of platform as a service, you can see applications data, okay, is maintained and managed by you, but other things, other infrastructural capabilities would be maintained by Oracle itself. Software as a service, again, you can see everything is maintained and managed by Oracle. Okay, so what is the benefit of it? So earlier on the on-premise model, okay, there had been a huge cost of infrastructure which the companies had to bear. Okay, but with this particular cloud deployment model, significantly, that particular cost has reduced for the business. Definitely, there is a cost that they have to bear for the software licenses and platform licenses, but significantly it has been reduced. Okay, even intervals, the interval of upgradation and all those activities have also been reduced. The reason being, Oracle themselves, they maintain those kind of activities from their side itself. Okay, so that is where now the prevalent ones. Okay, the deployment models are software as a service and platform as a service. Platform as a service, why it is required? In case business has certain processes of their own, which is not industry-wide process, then in that case they can design their own applications and manage their own data. Okay, but then rest of the things would be supported by Oracle. That is where platform as a service is generally the licenses have Oracle has provided. Okay, or the business has to procure the licenses for. Okay, software as a service, all the applications, okay, all the applications that you can think of, like the supply chain, financial, and all those other applications, basically they are covered under software as a service. Okay, so this is just for your understanding that we have talked about the Oracle cloud deployment models, and now these are the ones, software as a service and platform as a service, that is prevalent in the market. Okay. Now, it is equally important to understand the Oracle Cloud environment releases. Just like any software has its versions, okay, its releases on a time-to-time basis. You would even be familiar with, the software upgrades that you get on your, applications or on your devices, like your mobile device or your laptops or computers. The same way, this Oracle Cloud applications are also, they are also softwares. Also, they also regularly need to be upgraded, updated, okay, enhanced, okay, new features brought in. Okay, if they want to stay afloat in the market, they have to be, they have to upgrade themselves as well. So that is where you will see on a timely basis, Oracle also would be coming up with its own releases and its own version upgrades. Now it is important to understand the history of it, okay, from where it has started and where we are currently. Okay, just give me a minute. So for that, I will take you through with a Excel chart, basically that will help you understand what has been the trajectory. Hope my screen is visible to everyone. So
Yeah,
here we are. That will explain. Yeah, sorry.
we are unable to see the Excel. We are
Yeah.
just seeing the sheet.
Okay, you're not able to see the Excel. Okay, just 1 second. No entire screen. Is it visible now?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay. Thanks for that. All right. So here you will understand typically what the journey of Oracle application has been. Okay, from the version perspective, from the release perspective. Okay, and we will also see within the application or how to log into the application and how to see the current versions of the application. Okay. So it all started about somewhere around 2011, okay, with respect to the Oracle cloud applications. Oracle was there in the market even before that. Okay, so somewhere around the 80s or 90s, it started off its business and forayed into the Oracle, forayed into the software market. And from that time onwards, it has been into, ERP. It had its own software that they had built, which was called as the e-business suite, and time and again they have been acquiring on that and developing on that particular model as well. But then from 2011 onwards, they started off with their Fusion applications. Okay, so the first release itself was called as R1, and over a period of time, it has come up with its own with different releases over a period of time, enhancing the applications and reached about R10. Okay, so until this particular phase, the applications were not that quite stable. Okay, but yeah, they had been progressively building on the application features and application capabilities. They were at that point of time given on premise as well as on cloud. Okay, but then from release 11 onwards, okay, release 11 or somewhere around release 10 also, you can say they have started on giving the cloud deployment options only. On premise, they have more or less, you can say, stopped providing the on premise model of deployment. Okay, so R11, R12, R13. So these were the other releases that Oracle came up in the market. Okay, now these were all under development, you can say, but release 13, okay, was considered or is considered even today to be the most static release, which even this is the latest one. Release 13 is the latest release on which the cloud applications are. It first came in 2017, but it is the same release that it is continuing on. Okay, so does that mean that Oracle has stopped its enhancement or upgrade activities? No. Okay, so release 13 is considered to be the most static and the stable one, where almost it has perfected all its you know uh, bugs or fixes, things like that. It has almost stabilized the product, stabilized the software. And even today we are following, or we are having the release 13 as the latest release on which the application is. But on top of that, Oracle comes up with version upgrade, okay, every quarter. So their upgrade policy is quarterly upgrade policy. Okay, so every quarter they come up with a new upgrade, okay, which even they name it by the name of the quarter in which the release would come up. Okay, so Jan to March, April to June, June a year, right? So A, B, and C and D. That is how they would name the quarter. And on top of that, the name would be appended by the year in which the the version upgrade came up. So it would be named as 23A, 23B, 23C, 23D, 24A, 24B, 24C, 24D. Like that, it would name its version releases. Okay, currently we would be in the 23C or 24B version, which you will see now going into the application. Okay, just give me a one moment. I need to get the Oracle login. Just a second. All right, just sharing my screen again. Okay, so this is how particularly, hope my screen is visible. All right. So this is how particularly the login screen of Oracle applications, cloud applications would look like. Okay. So wherein, you will get a URL. Okay. A URL, once you procure the licenses or organization procures the licenses, they will get a URL, something like this. Okay. And which they can, with a respective, user ID and password, and they'll be able to log in. Okay. Right now I'll log in with my user ID and passwords. Sign in. Okay, somewhat this is how the Fusion application on its once you log in would look like. Okay, the home page, I'll go to the home page. Okay, so this is how the application would look like. Okay, now this application would have everything, not only finance, HCM, everything would be there. Finance, supply chain, human capital management, business intelligence. Okay, project management, things like that. Okay, so this will have all the applications under it. So this is nothing but the SaaS, application, software as a service application that we have logged into. Okay. Now, how to see the version? So we will in coming days we will understand all of these aspects. Okay, what are the these icons stands for? What is the use of it? Similarly, how you can access the applications. Okay, all those things we would be learning in the coming days. Even management of the accesses, that is also something you will learn with respect to the course offering. Okay, so all these activities we will do in the coming days. Right now, we will see how to identify what our particular application version is all about. What release is it on? Okay, so from here, the profile kind of icon that you see, from here you can simply scroll down to something called as the about this application information. Okay, so here you see this about this application. This is where you will see what is the release that the particular application is on. So 11, 13, 24, 07, 0. Okay, so this 11 stands for what? The year in which the Fusion application started. Okay, 13 stands for the release. The latest release I told you, right? The release 13, the static or the most stable release that we are on currently. Okay, that is what is mentioned here. Then 24, or you can say the numbers following this after 13 would indicate the version of the application. So 24, the year in which the version has come up, the latest version, and the month in which the version has come up. That is the month of July. Okay, so 24C is the latest version. Okay, 24, that stands for the year 2024, and C stands for the third quarter. Okay, so July is in third quarter, right? So that is where it is named as 24C. Okay, so this is how the you can identify what version your application is on. And also, as I mentioned, it is a quarterly upgrade. So every quarter, Oracle automatically takes care of the upgrade. Earlier on premise, the business who was purchasing the license had to do the upgrade activity. Okay, but now Oracle in the cloud deployment model, Oracle themselves they upgrade your applications. Okay, your softwares will automatically get upgraded by Oracle on a quarterly basis, and that is how the version naming is also being done. Okay, so this is all about the application, how to access it, and then how you can identify the version of it. Okay, all right. So after we have understood the Oracle Cloud Environment releases and the version upgrade policies and the versions, okay, now we will move on to the different domains or families of applications, you can say, which are covered under applications that is software as a service. Okay, so we have talked about in a gist we had talked about the different kinds of software families that are there, like human capital management, right? Similarly, financial management, or similarly supply chain management, so on and so forth, right? That is what it is further detailed in this particular chart. Okay, so under human capital management, you will have different kinds of applications. Okay, like the HCM analytics or global human resources, talent management. These are all the different applications that you would find under human capital management family. The same way, enterprise resource planning. Under enterprise resource planning, you will find financials, accounting hub, project management, risk management, procurement. All these would be generally coming under the enterprise resource planning. Then similarly for customer experience, we call it as CX in short. Okay. So customer management, or for that there are a couple of softwares or that are there under the software as a service. Similarly, for supply chain, you would be able to more relate from a supply chain perspective as well, right? The inventory management, logistics, maintenance, manufacturing, order management, procurement. These are all coming under the supply chain domain. Okay, there are many more things. Okay, based on the different advanced technologies that have come in the market, there are more applications and softwares that are built by Oracle to cater to the industry, ever-changing industry requirements. Okay, so it upgrades itself, with the latest technologies and latest trend in the market, and comes up with its own applications and softwares in order to help business keep up the edge in the market, and help increase their efficiency over a period of time with the changes in technologies and the changes in the the market trends. Okay. Platform as a service, just for the understanding of you, we are just covering this particular topic. So what is it that I mentioned from platform as a service? It is nothing but an additional platform that you can buy if at all you want to develop your own applications and manage your own data with respect to some of the niche processes that you might be following, for which Oracle may not have a software. Okay, Oracle, basically, as I mentioned in the beginning, Oracle builds its softwares and applications based on what? Based on the leading business practices. Okay, leading best practices across the globe. Okay, so that is based on what it would build its softwares and applications. But anything that may be very particular to your company or very particular to your organization, or let's say very particular to the industry, okay, which is not catered by Oracle, then you have an option to design your own applications. But then for that, you may have to procure the licenses for PaaS. We call it, okay, in short, PaaS, okay, or platform as a service. There are many tools that are embedded into the platform as a service, which can be utilized in order to build the applications or softwares, okay, within the PaaS. Okay, that is, you can see these are the known names, application development tools like mobile, Java, mobile, blockchain. Okay, these are all technological components. Okay, maybe you may be aware of it, you may not be aware of it, but this is just for your understanding. Okay, data management, like database, a database, segregated database would be there. Okay, then big data, data hub, MySQL, things like that, or tools like that can be utilized in order to build the different technical products or technical capabilities, which are in
Sorry to
addition to
interrupt.
the software as a service.
Sorry to interrupt. By taking PaaS, can we customize the software
Yes, you
in-house?
can. Yeah, that's what the idea is. So basically,
Okay.
if you want, if you want to cater to some of your custom requirements, okay. So therefore, you need a platform to build it. Okay, that is what this platform as a service licensing would offer. Okay.
Okay. In SaaS, we can't do that. Oracle will
No,
not
in
allow
SaaS we
customizations.
no, it will not allow any kind of customization in SaaS because it is their core product. Okay, so
Okay.
all the core applications, core softwares, which are basically covered under SaaS, which for which Oracle themselves they maintain, manage, they upgrade everything, they do it on their own. Okay, we don't have an option to customize anything on the respective software as a service. Okay,
Got it. Thank you.
yeah. All right. So moving on, these are a bit more in detail, the chart that includes, the different kinds of applications under a particular product family. Okay, like financial management, under financial management, the different kinds of application are general ledger application, accounts payable, asset management, payments and collections, accounts receivable, cash and expense management, and there are many more. So this is just a couple of them, the few major ones that has been outlined in here. Okay, the same way for all the different family product, or for all the different software family, you can see human capital under it. There are a couple of things, the major ones that has been outlined. The customer relationship management, that is customer master, sales, marketing. Okay, all these particular applications and functions have been outlined. Similarly, for project management, project costing, project billing, project contracts. Okay, all these are something that would be coming under the project portfolio management. For procurement, there is purchasing, self-service procurement, sourcing, supplier portal. Okay, all these are something that would be coming under the procurement, and many more under the supply chain management. For governance and risks and risk compliances as well, there are certain tools and controls that are available in the Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, so this is just for your high level understanding that I have included this particular chart. Okay, now coming to the core area, the core, purpose or of this or objective of this particular course offering. Okay, so here we are talking about Oracle financial applications, right? So this it's the Oracle financial applications that we would be focusing on, with respect to the course. Okay, definitely you will understand what the course offers, but I would like to first of all even explain what are the different softwares or applications that come under the Oracle Cloud Financial family, or you can call it the Oracle Cloud Financials suite. Okay, so the core modules, okay, the core set of applications that frame the core of the cloud financial suite is general ledger as an application, accounts payable as an application, fixed assets, accounts receivable, cash management, or expense. Now you can see or understand even from the names of it that these are designed, the applications are designed for what? For catering to the core functions of the business. Okay, these are all different functions within the any particular organization that you go, you will find under the financial functions, you will find these are the different functions. Accounts payable as a function, fixed asset management as a function. Okay, so in line with that, they have designed their modules. Okay, so these are the core modules which Oracle provides. Okay, there are many other modules as well that are an extension or enhanced version of these core modules, or as an extension of these core modules, there are other modules as well. Okay, extended modules as well that Oracle provides in order to cater to different business processes. Okay, so the intercompany as a process. Okay, so intercompany related accounting and financial management or financial transaction management, there is intercompany as a module. Advanced collection, so with respect to the collections process, which is kind of an extension to the accounts receivable process of the business, that is where advanced collection comes in. Okay, so we will understand a bit more. So there might be many in the call who are freshers who may not be knowing what these are. We will definitely touch base on what these are. Okay, what kind of processes or what kind of functions these are. Okay, so we will touch base on it. So then tax is there, then Fusion Accounting Hub. Okay, revenue management, cloud service, lease accounting, joint venture management. For all these areas and functions of business, also there are certain advanced business advanced softwares or applications that Oracle has built under the Oracle Cloud Financial Suite. Okay, now coming to the core modules that are covered in the course. So what all modules are covered in the course? So these are the core modules that are covered in the course, that is general ledger, accounts payable, accounts receivable, fixed assets, and cash management. Okay, these are the core modules that would be covered within the course offering. Okay, the reason, what are the particular, things further under this module that would be covered is something that I will highlight. But before going into that, for people who are from the, as a freshers, degree background, or who do not have industry experience, for them, I would just reiterate what all these are. So these are again, the different functions that are performed within the organization. Accounts payable, anything that any business process that has to do with the supplier dealings. Okay, supplier billing activities. Okay, so you purchase certain products, and for which your organization would receive what invoice. Okay, and that invoice has to be managed, maintained, recorded. Okay, similarly over a period of time, depending upon the due dates of the invoice, it has to be paid for to the suppliers. So all those processes related to the supplier invoicing activities, supplier payment activities, are covered within the accounts payable process. Okay, similarly fixed assets. So fixed assets are what? Basically the plant and machinery, the building, okay, or furnitures. Okay, anything and everything that has to be done. Okay, not everything, but yeah, definitely the financial aspects of those particular assets of the business. Okay, fixed assets of the business, as we call it. Okay, in order to maintain, manage the data and accounting activities and financial activities related to the those particular portion of fixed assets, this module is available. Okay, the fixed assets as a module itself. Then accounts receivable, all the billing activities, all the transactional activities, okay, around the billing processes, payment processes of the customers, that is maintained in accounts receivable module. Okay, the same way, cash management. It is actually, cash management is part of the treasury process. Okay, treasury department of the business that maintains or that has to do functional functions around the bank, related activities. So they may have to maintain the bank accounts. Similarly, they have to get the bank statements on a periodic basis from the bank, and do the reconciliation activity. So those activities are majorly maintained in the cash management. Okay, expense module is all about what you can say, the employee expense. Okay, process, expense management process. So employees on a regular basis, they may have to, you know, incur certain expenses on behalf of the company, and which they would claim or get it reimbursed from the management. Okay, or the organization. Okay, so every activity that is revolving around the expense reimbursement processes. Okay, from the start, like employee booking their expenses, or raising the claims for their expenses, to the to the organization reviewing those expenses, approving it, and finally paying it off. So all those things are maintained and managed within the expense module. The general ledger module is kind of the core or heart of the financial accounting processes. Now, all the transactions and activities that are performed in all these modules, even these, you can say, okay, the other modules as well, okay, all the transactional activities that are carried out in these modules, there is a accounting aspect to it, or a financial aspect to it. Okay, now ultimately all the accounting data, okay, are stored. So basically, traditionally there used to be what? There used to be a bookkeeping system where the accountants, they used to maintain and manage everything in the books of accounts, okay, in a manual books of accounts. But then coming to the softwares, okay, that have been coming in the market over a period of time. Okay, there is a software altogether which is called as the core, which is the general ledger, okay, which has been developed, okay, so that all the accounting data, all the financial data arising out of the different transactions being performed are stored finally, and from where the financial statements of the business can be generated. Okay, so that is where general ledger as an application comes in for all the different transactions. Not even these, okay, I'm saying even the supply chain modules. Okay, there is also a transaction happening. Okay, now that transaction has a monetary value to it. Similarly, project management, there also certain types business activities are happening which are recorded. Okay, and there is a financial implication to it. Okay, again, those financial implications are again converted into accounting data and stored in general ledger. Ultimately, all the accounting monetary related activities will have an accounting impact, and that accounting impact then will get finally be stored or in the form of accounting balances within the general ledger as an application, and from where finally the financial statements are generated and published by the organizations. Okay, if you want to understand the integrated structure of these application processes and the different various the different functions of the business, this particular diagram will give you a understanding around it. So you can see uh, these are all, you can consider these are all different functions of the business, like assets, payables process, cash management process, receivable, advanced collection, taxes, expenses. These are all different functions and processes of the business which are carried out in the respective Oracle modules. Okay, they are even interacting with each other. Okay, they are even interacting with each other, like payables, invoice is raised in payables, okay, for any asset that was purchased, and then you have to create those assets in the asset management module. So these two are interacting with each other. Similarly, treasury related aspects. So for payables, that means supplier related activities, you would be making payments to supplier, so that you would be recording in where? In the payable module. Okay, and then finally that payment is something that is going out of your bank, and the reconciliation of the bank statement against those payments have to be done, which is happening where? In the cash management. So the payment related information will flow to the cash management, and then in the cash management you will be able to reconcile it with against the bank statements. Okay, so similarly you can see all of them are interacting with each other, because all the business processes, okay, in any organization are interconnected, okay, are communicating internally. Okay, and that is how basically even the applications have been built. Okay, so that the different functions, the different transactions, the different processes are integrated, and the activities are carried out. And then finally, from a financial accounting perspective, all the monetary impact of all the transactions that are carried out are recorded in the form of an accounting entry, which then in turn gets stored in the general ledger application. as I mentioned in the previous screen, right? It is the general ledger where finally all the accounting balances get stored, and then finally the financial statements are generated. So this is the integrated architecture that would help you visualize, how the processes are integrated, and then how the financial details are recorded. Okay. Now, when we cover the core modules, that these are the core modules that we are covering, we will understand, okay, all the different business processes that can be carried out within these modules. Okay, specific to these modules, we would be looking at. Okay, because these are the core, and you need to have an understanding or a knowledge around the core modules, and rest of the advanced modules are something which over a period of time, okay, once you are once you enter the job market, once you enter the corporate world, definitely you will be able to gain experience on, or learn new things, learn new modules, and thereby even you will keep yourselves updated and upgraded, and you will acquire new skills. But it is quite important that these core processes and core modules that Oracle provides, you need to have a experience on. Okay, and therefore this course is designed in such a manner to cover these particular modules. Okay. Now,
Will
what
the course
exactly?
cover,
Yes. Yes.
sorry, will the course cover hold functionalities and stuff?
Which functionalities?
Hold, HOLD, in the accounts payable?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So that
Okay,
would be part of that particular topic,
okay.
or that
Thank you.
particular module. So in totality, what we will be going through is the core processes even within these modules. Okay, because
Hello.
yes,
Hello. It will be covered taxes also, GST or
no. So as I mentioned, this is the core offering, core module offering that we will be going through. Okay, we will not be covering any
okay.
tax. So tax, if you remember here in the other module section, I had highlighted that these are other advanced modules, okay, or extended modules,
Okay.
okay, which are part of the Oracle Financial Suite. Okay, now
Yeah.
what
But
we would be sorry,
but it is not covered under course.
no,
Yeah.
that is
We
not
want
covered
to
under course,
understand the
but we will
basic
touch base
taxes.
it. Touch base it from a tax perspective, like not
GST
GST
is
to be
the
particular, not GST to be particular. Why? Because GST is part of India. Okay, Indian tax localization. The same way in other countries there are other tax localizations. Okay, so
Absolutely.
those are
There may be
actually,
a sales tax or maybe, but do you cover at least like basics tax setup, at least tax regime creation, and then
that's
like
that's where I
under
said
that?
it is an extended module. Okay,
No, no, it is
and the
extended
course
module.
is,
We understand
yes,
that, but
yeah.
do you cover at least a basic one-time setup? Because
So base,
that requires like basic understanding and terminology. Because when
yeah,
we are trying to do any kind of accounts payable or accounts receivable, if you want to create a transaction inside that, along with the tax.
yeah. So that will be touch based. So not the setup part of it, but how the taxes can be selected. Okay, and how,
Taxes,
um,
no, no. Setup is selection is a different aspect altogether.
yeah,
But like without see, assume that like you are expecting accounts payable transaction to calculate the basic tax.
right,
You don't need to give a kind of like a localization flavor or anything. Like you can take a globalized flavor,
yeah,
something like a US or UK or anything for that matter, where like your basic hierarchy of the taxes, how the geo and then like that particular regime takes place, and then underlying that like what are the basic tax hierarchy setups at least, because like see that would not take much time. At the same time, without that like your complete
yeah.
setup is
So
not like, because
right.
accounts payable and receivable will not go through that.
Let me tell you. Let me just give you a brief of around these things. Okay, there are many other modules as well. If you look from that perspective, okay, the
Mhm.
business processes will not be covered. Okay, now in any
Which
course when
like
we
see
say,
without taxes like at least accounts payable accounts receivable is not covered completely.
similarly without intercompany, different processes will not get covered, right? So that is
Absolutely.
where I'm saying,
Basic
that is where I'm
intercompany,
saying,
you have how to
okay,
set up a basic intercompany, you need to set up that. Because like when there are two ledgers, how do they interact with one another? That need to be at least like
okay.
basic.
Let me clarify. Maybe we can discuss this offline with respect to your queries. But all in all, the course is designed particularly considering the time essence, and even considering the different kind of the audiences that we would have. That is where the course is specifically designed around these 5 modules. Okay, and I will explain you
But like so
what are
okay.
the
Then
different.
like yeah, I
Yeah,
want to ask one more question on top of that. Do you cover basic BI?
basic. That's where I'll come up to that. Let me take you through with the details of these particular aspects, and that is where
Hmm.
you will understand what all things are going to be covered. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next aspect, let me share on the course offering within those modules as well. Okay, when we talk about GL as an application, okay, the core configurations, okay, these are some of the core configurations that we would be talking around in the coming days. How to configure the general ledger as an application. Okay, so the basic configurations that would be required in order to function the general ledger as an application, that would be covered during this particular setup task that we will be taking through in the next set of in the coming days as the sessions. Okay, on top of that, we will even go through the common business processes. Okay, the general business processes that would be prevalent in any business. Okay, definitely there would be many specific business processes that would be there, that would differ from business to business. But that is something that you would understand as and when you get an experience in the industry. But the most common processes that are required to function in any general business process, that would be covered as part of the general ledger application transactional processes. And even I would be explaining what is the concept behind those particular transactions, and help you relate with some of the real life business examples. Okay, now coming to the accounts payable as a process, the same way. Okay, what are the core configurations that are required, okay, for the accounts payable process or accounts payable module, okay, to function. Okay, those concepts and those tasks are something that we would be covering as part of the accounts payable processes. Okay, and accounts payable configurations, you can say. Okay, so like these are all the core configurations that would be required in any business setup in order to function the accounts payable as a process. Okay, similarly, the transactional processes, what are the core processes, or you can say general business process, just general business transactions, okay, that are there, that would be in any general business environment. Okay, that would be taken up as part of the learnings. Okay, and examples again are something that I would be taking you through with in the coming days from an accounts payable perspective. The same way for accounts receivable as well, the core configurations as well as the general business processes that we would be taking into consideration. Okay, so these are just a list of things that have been outlined, but during the course, as we progress, we will be taking up the different topics. Then coming to the fixed asset part, the same way, the core fixed assets configurations as well as the transactional processes. Okay, and similarly, coming to the cash management, the core setups, core configuration that is required for cash management and the transactional process. Okay, so these are the topics from an application perspective that we would be covering. Now, some of the other aspects that we would be talking about or we would be understanding during the courses, security administration. Okay, the security administration, basically everything to do with how to manage the accesses. Okay, like user creation or role assignment. Okay, data access assignment. These are some of the terminologies, okay, that are core to the security administration. So we will have a quick walkthrough around those particular aspects, and also we will see within the application, how it can be done. Okay, then coming to some of the other tools which are called as, which are actually utilized in some of the integration process. Integration means basically, data integrations with different softwares and all. So some of the tools which Oracle provides, which is called as a spreadsheet loader or file-based data loader, we call it. Okay, those how to utilize it. Okay, for some of the areas related to GL, AP, AR, FA, and cash management, that we will also understand. Okay, so some of the file-based loaders, how to utilize it, what is the importance of it, how it will be beneficial, that we will look into. Then coming to the reporting tools. Okay, from a reporting tool perspective, OTBI as a tool and SmartView as a tool is something that we will be covering. So OTBI, which is called as Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence, okay, how to utilize it on a primary level, okay, that we would be covering. And also on top of that, there are some, there is some tool which is called as SmartView, which is used for financial report development perspective. That is also again something that we will cover. So these are the these are the other topics that we would be covering in the course offering. Okay, so coming back to your case, BI Publisher. So BI Publisher as a tool is one of the other tool which is utilized in the report building space. Now BI Publisher tool requires you to have SQL as a knowledge. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the session, it is a no coding course. Okay, this particular course does not cover the coding or does not cover the coding related aspects. Okay, because this is purely aimed at giving the knowledge and giving the practice around the non-coding functional aspects of the applications. Okay, so that is where we have designed this course to cover these particular topics. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Any questions before we move on?
Hi, this is Prashant. I have a quick question. So, is there any support that related to certifications that you guys might be able to provide?
Yeah, I'll be covering those in the next slides, next couple of
Okay.
slides. But
Sure, thank you.
around what we have talked about, the course offering, what the course would be covering as part of the offering. Is that clear, or do you have any more questions around it?
No, that is pretty good. So I had question around the certifications, but I can wait
Yeah,
for
sure.
when you can cover that.
Yeah, we'll complete in the next couple of minutes or so.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Thank you.
All right.
I
Okay.
have a question, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, it won't cover with the project management module on this.
Yeah, that's where. So as I mentioned, this is particularly for the financial, modules being covered. Okay, and within the financial module also, as I mentioned, the scope is limit. The scope has been confined to this particular, 5 modules. Okay, general
Yes,
ledger,
sir.
accounts payable,
Because
accounts receivable. Yeah.
project management is crucial for even accounts payable and fixed assets. So before procuring any of the assets, they will move through that one with the
Yeah.
project
So,
management tool.
yeah, to answer to your question, so in any business enterprise, not all business enterprises are project-driven enterprises. Okay, so yes, definitely project management as a module would be applicable for project-driven industries and project-driven organizations. Now, even Oracle provides it as a separate suite, or you can say a separate family of product. Okay, which is particularly called as the project management suite. Okay, so that is where it offers a different set of applications. Okay, and even from the course offering perspective, there would be some specific courses that would be designed for particularly the project management module learnings. Okay, we don't offer it right now, but there are many institutes that do provide project management courses as well. Okay, but as I mentioned in the beginning itself, our course is particularly for the Oracle Cloud Financials, and within that also our course offering is designed for these core 5 modules and the subtopics which I covered in the earlier sheet. That is what we would be going through.
Okay. In the general ledger module, is it available with the multi-currency setups like that one? Because that nowadays every ERP is a motive means Every organization implementing ERP is a motive to control,
Right.
take the control over the multi-currencies
Right,
reporting.
right. Foreign currency transactions, how it is
Yes.
supported,
So
things
is
like
it,
that, right? Yes, it will be.
but
Okay, so that's
in
where,
that
yeah,
ERM,
these are all
in
some of the
the,
other processes within the respective applications, right? So
okay,
which based on the general business practice, which is generally applicable across businesses, that is what the business processes that we would cover.
okay. And one more thing on that, like intercompany told, right? That is a separate module. But
Yes.
here in the reporting, we have to show that was a group reporting, right?
Right.
So
So
how the
yeah,
general ledger will going to
right. So see, if
work
when
in that
we
case?
look, yeah, when we look from that perspective, there are many modules. There are many different modules that cater to different areas of the business. Okay, to different processes of the business, and that's where we will not be able to cover everything, right? We cannot cover every topic, every module when it comes to even financials. So financials also is very large, as I mentioned. Okay, there are intercompany, there are advanced collections, there are taxes, there are revenue management things. Okay, lease accounting, joint ventures. So all these are again different processes within any business architecture. Okay, and again all these are different modules. Okay, why the Oracle themselves have created it as a different module is because not everything can be covered in just one entire software. Okay, so even the same way, our course is designed to give you a deeper understanding around the core modules. Okay, definitely there are sub parts of it which are done in different other applications, which requires a different set of learning program. Okay, so that is where what we will be doing is we will be covering the core processes related to these modules. Okay, and we will be proceeding further.
And one more, sir, after
Yeah.
completion of this course,
Hmm.
we will land up with a admin, Oracle admin kind of a roles. So in that role, they will demand to have the exposure to the integration and implementations on that.
Yes. So
So
that is
for
where
that
we
one,
would
how
be
it is
covering
covered?
from a integration perspective, how to utilize the FPDI tool. Okay, that we will be talking about. Okay,
No,
but
no.
yeah, if
From ERP to ERP, they will going to demand like
yeah, so
they
I can definitely cover a session which
hmm,
can give you a brief on how things work from an integration perspective or the integration flow. Okay, how it works. I can
okay,
definitely take a session to explain you that particular process.
fine.
Okay, again, definitely you can touch base with me if you have any specific questions. Okay, so that is where again we will have a group that is created. Okay, in the coming day, I mean once the enrollment and once today's session is completed, once you confirm your enrollments, definitely a group or WhatsApp group will be created, and even my contact numbers will be shared with you. You can touch base with me and we can connect and understand how generally a business in a typical scenario processes work. Okay, so on a high level, definitely we can discuss it. And even your doubts, queries, things like that, we can discuss it. But preliminary, if you have any questions as of today, I'm answering it. Even after that, you have certain questions. Definitely, the number has been shared with you here. Okay, where you can contact, connect, and you can understand. And based on that, if you want to confirm your enrollments, you can go ahead. Okay.
Sure. Thank
All right. So now even it is
Actually,
important to
I have a
understand.
question.
Yes. Sorry.
Am I
Go ahead.
audible?
Yeah, yeah, you are on. Tell me, please.
Yeah, so actually, I saw the expenses slide in the other slide, but it was not again shown up in the core modules. Yeah,
Yeah.
expenses. So, do we have this AME rule setup covered in this course?
Yeah, so AME rule, it is called as BPM workflow, okay, in the Fusion applications. With respect to the general ledger application, with respect to the accounts payable, there are these rules that have to be defined, which will be covered.
So, this expenses module is covered under the core modules. I just saw that in
No.
other slide, but here it is missing.
Yeah, expenses is not covered again in the core module. Okay. Expenses not is not covered because as I mentioned again, expense is a different module, and as per the time that we have structured, okay, for this course, which is around 90 hours. Okay, the 90 hours basically will be covered in this course, in these core modules. You will be understanding in depth on the different configurations, different transactional processes with respect to these modules. Okay, so that is where that has not been covered under this particular course. The expense or any other module for that matter has not been covered under this course except for these core 5 modules. Okay.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Yeah. But AME rules, which you mentioned, it is more or less for the approval management engine, okay, which is kind of even applicable for general ledger as an application, accounts payable as an application as well. Because general ledger journals are there, which needs to go through the approval process. Similarly, accounts payable, there are invoices and payments that need to go through the approval process. So how a particular, approval can be designed. Okay, what are the concepts behind designing the approval rules? That is something that will be covered as with respect to the general ledger processes and accounts payable processes. There is nothing applicable for receivables, fixed assets, or cash management. Okay. All right. Now, just moving on, Oracle work profile. This is quite important for you to understand, because if there are freshers in the session today, you will definitely would like to know, once you have done this particular course in the corporate world, in the business world, what kind of work profiles are available with respect to this particular, ERP. Okay, ERP functions. So that is where this would be, helpful for you to understand that particular work profiles. Okay, so we call it as the Oracle functional team, we call it as the Oracle technical team, and end users. In these three, it is being bifurcated. The roles that you can perform is being bifurcated. Okay, so functional team, Oracle functional team is the team which constitutes of people who have the knowledge of configuring the applications, as well as carrying out the different transactions. Okay, the general business transactions. Okay, those are the people that would be constituting of the Oracle functional team, for which we are going to train as part of this particular module. So in this module, as I mentioned, you will be learning on how to configure, as well as how to utilize the applications for carrying out general business transactions. Right? Then there is other roles as well, which you should be aware of. Oracle technical team. Okay, this team comprises of those people, okay, or those resources basically, who have the technical knowledge with respect to the technical languages, okay, which is used in the building of reports, or which is used in building of integrations, used in building of custom application developments and things like that. Okay, so basically to say, who have knowledge of Java, C++, MySQL. Okay, people who have knowledge around these are actually part of the Oracle technical team, whose area of work is completely different from the Oracle functional team. Okay, they focus more on the technical aspects of the applications and requirements. On the other hand, functional team focuses more around the configuration and use of the application processes. Okay, now there is another role segregation, which is called as the end users. So end users are nothing but the business users, the core users of the applications, okay, within the business. So employees of the accounts pay within the organization for accounts payable department, or employees of the organization for the general accounting department or accounts receivable department, people like that. So those are the end users who would only be doing the activities around, or who would only be carrying out the transactional activities within the application. So that is a role of an end user. Even for end user, you can be eligible, considering that you would be training on the transactional processes. Okay, but yeah, particularly the course is designed to make you eligible for this particular role, which is called as the Oracle functional role. Okay, now what are the different work profiles that you would see, okay, or you would be eligible to work once you have been trained on this particular course, and eligible to become part of the Oracle functional team. Okay, you may work in implementation projects. Okay, you may work in support projects, or you may even be eligible to work in the testing work profile. Okay, what are these? Implementation is what? Implementation is basically the work profile where you understand the ERP requirements of the business, okay, and you implement the softwares for them, or implement the Oracle applications for them. Okay, So it is basically spanning over a period of, let's say, minimum of 8 to 12 months. Okay, where the organization that procures the licenses for Oracle application would get in touch with any company, okay, that has the capability to do the configuration and all, or do that has the resources for doing the configuration and all. Okay, so they would be engaged and they would do the implementation. So they would basically, to say, they would understand the requirements of the organization that has procured the licenses for Oracle application, and they would configure the application for them and they would implement it. Okay, so that is what an implementation work profile is, where you can be eligible because you have the knowledge to configure and even do the transactional activities. Okay, then there is a support work profile. So support work profile is once the software is being implemented, okay, installed, configured, they would need regular support. Okay, the organization, they might need a regular support with fixing of any issues or exploring new functionalities. Okay, or let's say training of their users, new users that are coming in. Okay, so all these would be part of the support work profile. Okay, where also again the knowledge is required. The knowledge of configuration is required. Similarly, the knowledge of the application use is required. So that is where you may be eligible for the support work profiles as well. Then comes the testing part. So testing is again a work profile which is there in many of the within the industry. Many of the organization, they employ the testing profile also. Why? Because when new features are to be enabled, okay, the business wants to explore the new features that have come up. Or let's say, for example, there is a new module itself that is developed, or software itself or application. May I request you to please mute yourself? Okay. So testing profile basically, as I mentioned, like, testing would be required in case there is a new functionality to be explored. Or let's say, for example, there is a software or a custom software that is to be developed, or application that is to be developed in addition to the core modules to support the business process. Okay, so that is where you may be even employed in the testing profile as well. Okay, where testers are required to ensure that as per the business requirement, okay, and in line with the application, the capabilities, the respective features and functionalities are working properly, okay, as expected by the business, or the new application that is developed, okay, is properly interacting with the core modules and even working as per the business requirement. So that is where there is this testing profile as well, okay, where you may be eligible for. Okay, now it is even equally important to understand what are the different companies involved, so that you can get a visibility of the scope, okay, that you may have once you are once you are trained through this particular course. Okay, so that is what basically we call it as the different companies that are involved in the this particular ERP space for Oracle applications. So the company involved, the first and foremost company involved is the product selling company. Okay, the product selling company, that is the Oracle Corporation. Okay, the Oracle Corporation is the company that develops the Oracle softwares. Okay, all kinds of softwares, not only financials, but every other software family domains that we talked about earlier. Okay, Oracle is the one that develops those softwares, that enhances those softwares, that keep on fixing the bugs, keep on improving the software, adding new functionalities. All these things are done by Oracle Corporation. And then you would ask, who are the ones who are actually implementing the software or configuring, providing the support services or testing services? Who are the companies? So that is where you will see all kinds of names. Even the big names are involved. Big companies are involved, like all the big fours: EY, Deloitte, KPMG, okay, PwC. All of them are even involved in this particular service provider space, the implementation space, the support space, testing space. Okay, they provide their services. Okay, so Oracle Consulting themselves. So Oracle Consulting is a sister concern of Oracle Corporation. Okay, who are themselves involved in these particular service providing activities. Even IBM, Infosys, okay, Wipro, and any other name that you can think of, Tech Mahindra. Okay, and many small and big players are there in the market who are providing these kind of services, where you may be eligible, okay, and you may get employed down the line if you have the proper knowledge of the applications. Okay, or with this particular course, when you gain the basic knowledge of those core modules, you will become eligible to be employed there as well. Okay, so that is just for your visibility that I have included this particular slider as well. Okay, now any industry that you can think of, whether it is an IT, healthcare, hospitality, telecommunication, financial services, shipping, others, everywhere across the globe, Oracle ERP is being used. Okay, definitely there would be certain areas where certain Oracle niche softwares would be used or niche applications would be used, as we were talking about earlier. Like for India, there is a GST localization tax application that Oracle has developed. Similarly, for UK, there would be some specific tax related module, or even for that matter some other modules as well. Okay, that would be that Oracle has developed in order to specifically cater to those regions. Okay, or to specifically cater to those industries requirement. Okay, so that is where different kinds of softwares and applications are there. Okay, but all in all, you can say Oracle ERP as a software or a host of software is being utilized across different industries, or as many industries as you can think of, and across the globe it is being utilized. Okay, so this is overall that I wanted to cover as part of today's demo session, to give you a overview of what Oracle is all about and what we would be covering as part of the course. Okay, and to enable you to visualize, okay, what are the specifics around these particular course offerings. Okay, now some more things that I would like to help you to understand is why to choose Triotech, or as part of this course offering from Triotech, what you would be getting. So basically, industry certified experts, okay, will be delivering their knowledge. That means, okay, myself, I have around 12 plus years of experience in the Oracle domain, as well as the accounting finance domain overall. So that is where, from my experience, I would be teaching you, okay, and helping you relate with the different configurational aspects, as well as the business process aspects. Okay, the general business process aspects, again, I would like to emphasize on that. Okay, then coming to the as I mentioned, real time specific scenario driven lectures. Okay, so from my experience, whatever I have seen as of today, okay, the general business practices, definitely there is something that you need to understand, that from industry to industry, to company to company, some business processes will vary. But I would be talking to you from a general business, practice perspective. Okay, what is more widely and commonly followed? In line with that, I would try to, relate and give you examples. Okay, then there is a quality course material, as in, the kind of, tasks and activities that are being covered. Okay, as part of the configuration task and transactional task, that is where we are saying the quality course material is available. And on top of that, whatever PPTs we would be using, okay, whatever session driven Excel sheets or working sheets that we would be using, I'll be sharing it with you, so that you can have a reference of it anytime that you would want. Okay, and on top of that, you would be even getting access to the daily recordings. Okay, daily live sessions would be there, and it would be recorded, so that anyone who is not who cannot attend the live session, you want to refer again at the end of the day or any time of the day, you want to refer to the recording, you can do that as well. Okay, and on top of that, we would be giving you access to the instances, the environment that we saw, right? The login environment or login screen. There would be test accesses, demo accesses that would be provided to you, wherein you can practice, okay, the day-to-day sessions that we are working on. Okay, and also the demo instances would specifically will help you in having predefined, what do you say, predefined data structures or predefined configurations, which you can refer to, okay, so that you can practice it out. Okay, so that is where both the recordings will also be available, instances will also be available for you to practice, and even within the instance, such an instance will be provided to you, that will have even predefined configurations in place, which you can refer on your own as well if you want.
Hello,
Okay.
good morning. One
Yeah.
quick question.
Yes.
In this process, you will include implementation process and setup.
Yeah, that's what. So when we talk about configuration, Okay, we are talking about the implementation. Okay, so how
Okay.
a particular,
Yeah.
but definitely the in a typical project, how an implementation happens, what are the phases of the implementation, that I will cover towards the end of the course, so that you get an idea as to what are the different stages through which a typical implementation process goes through. Okay, but what we are learning predominantly is around the application aspects, how to configure an application. Okay, how to configure or how to use the application, which will be useful for you during that particular implementation phase, or that will enable you to be eligible for that implementation work profile, or support work profile, or testing work profile. Okay,
Okay,
but
got
yeah,
it. Thank you.
definitely from a implementation perspective, I will explain you towards the end of the course. You can see, as you can see on the screen, what are the different project phases. Okay, what are the different documentation terminologies that are being used, all those things to make you familiar with it. I will summarize it towards the end of the course.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Now coming to the other aspects or offerings of the Triotech courses, basically active support will be there to assist you with your issues. Okay, so there, as I mentioned, once you confirm your enrollments today, okay, so there will be a WhatsApp group that would be created, and where you will be, you can post your queries, and we will be happy to address your questions. Or even since we are ourselves included in the group, you can touch base with us any point of time, and we will be happy to answer to your questions. Okay, then similarly, as I already mentioned, videos will be there. Okay, then placement assistance will be there. Okay, so placement assistance in the form that we have been in the industry for quite some time, and there are connections, there are networks available. So whenever new job openings would come up, we would definitely keep you informed and help you know wherever the vacancies or opportunities are available, and thereby you can get prepared, and then you can go for or appear for the respective interviews. Then resume preparations. So resume preparations, again, the admin team definitely will be helping you with the resume preparations as well, so that you may get some support in that. Then interview questions towards the end of the session, I will be taking you through with a series of interview questions that would generally come up from the Fusion financial perspective, that too with respect to the core modules that we are covering. Okay, so those interview questions I would be taking you through with. I'll be giving you the answers of it, and also there can be mock interviews here, that can be conducted based on the requirement, and the admin team will be helping you with the mock interviews as well. Okay, so these are some of the course offerings that you would be getting with respect to the course that we would be going through with Triotech. Okay,
What will
now
be the,
yes.
sorry to interrupt, what will be the timings? 8 to
Yeah,
9 or
that's
8
where
to
I
9?
was coming to. So the daily session timings is from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. IST, and the weekdays is what we would be having the sessions. Weekend sessions generally towards the end of the course, when we have to speed up or complete the course for any remaining topics. That is when we would be just having the sessions towards the weekends. But initially, we will be having it only on the weekdays. That is from Monday to Friday. Okay, and also, the live sessions that would be covered is around 80 to 90 hours of live sessions. Okay, and anything any other additional course related aspects are there, or
One quick
recordings would
question.
be there, that will
Yeah,
also be provided.
one quick question. We can
Yes.
change the timing because
Sorry,
for
you
me
can?
it is early morning, 5:30 something.
No, that this is the slot actually for this particular batch.
Okay.
So it is
Thank you.
batch wise that the sessions are taken up. So for this particular batch, the session timing is from 8 a.m. IST to 9 a.m. IST, or somewhere it may go around 50-20 minutes above, depending upon the questions to be discussed and things like that. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So Yeah. So even recordings will be available. So if you find it okay to even if your timing is not suitable for you, you want to still enroll, then you will definitely be getting the daily recordings as well, which you can go through as well. But that is your choice. You may decide today, and you may confirm your enrollments if you want to go forward with that. Okay.
When will this batch start?
So it has already started. Today is the first session, demo session.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, and from tomorrow onwards, we will be going into the different topics that is curated for this particular course, starting from security administration. Okay, so people who have enrolled, who have confirmed their enrollments today, will be provided the access to the sessions from tomorrow onwards. So you may think about it going through the. I mean, you may think on from today's session if you would like to enroll, then confirm your enrollments to the admin team. Already the numbers has been displayed on the screen, as well as the enrollment related information. The forms have been provided to you in the Zoom chat. If you want to proceed further, you may confirm your enrollments today. And from tomorrow, you can be part of the ongoing sessions. So all in all, this is what we have. And any questions, if there are any other additional questions, if you have.
Yes,
I'd be
can
happy
we
to
just
Basic
answer.
system
explain
requirements
once
from our
fee
end.
structure?
Sorry, one by one, sorry.
Fee structure regarding that course.
Which
Can you
structure?
just
Fee structure. Yeah, you may get in touch with admin on this particular number that is visible to you on the screen, 8179563510. They will give you the course fee structure, and also for early enrollments, there is early bird offers as well. Okay, which which you can get in touch with admin, and they can let you know the
okay,
specifics around it. Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Sir,
Okay.
what is the system requirement from our end? What configuration is
So
required?
system requirement is the latest Office, should be installed on your laptops or desktops. Okay, because the Oracle, since it upgrades itself, it even would be requiring the latest Office capabilities. So somewhere 2010 onwards, Office 2010 or so, you would need the access to on your laptops.
One quick question.
Yeah.
Will include workarounds in this?
That's where I said, the main focus would be to talk around the general business practices. But yeah, sometimes if some questions may come up, I'd be happy to address it. But definitely, we cannot go in depth on the workarounds, because workarounds are what? Workarounds are like, industry specific, company specific. If requirement comes up, how to address it. Okay, so for that you need to have a basic knowledge of the application. Only then you can talk about the workaround, and that's where we are focusing on the basic features, basic functionalities of the application. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, hi, this is Pawan here.
Yeah. Hi,
Yeah. My question is like, in this module, SQL related queries, I mean, SQL will not cover, like, as you said, SQL will not cover, but in which module I can refer to cover in along with the SQL knowledge also?
See, as I mentioned, this is a fully no coding,
Yeah.
session or class. Okay,
Right.
basically, we are not focusing on any part of the SQL aspects. There is a different course for technical people. Okay, altogether that Riotech offers. Okay, which you may get in touch with the admin team, and they will let you know when the batch would start for technical knowledge or technical specific activities only. Okay, so there you will be even trained on how to use BI Publisher, how to create the technical reports, okay, or use MySQL or any other tool, okay, things like that. So that is altogether a different course, okay, a technical course basically. You may get in touch with admin, and they will let you know on the specifics of it. But particularly in this session, it's purely to focus around the the functional aspects, the functional configuration aspects, and the transactional use of the applications, which does not involve any coding.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Can we have your number if we have any queries for this day? Like once we recollect everything, if we have any
Yeah,
queries,
so for
we can
today, you
clarify.
may reach out to admin. Okay,
Mhm.
and any queries that you have, they will be happy to address. Okay, but definitely from as I mentioned, once you confirm your enrollments, a WhatsApp
Mhm.
group will be created where my number would also be there, and you can get in touch with me in case you have any questions or you need any assistance. Okay,
Okay.
definitely, I'm also a working professional, therefore may not be that I'll be very immediately be able to answer it, but definitely I'll ensure that I answer your questions in that specific day itself.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions? Okay. If none, then that's all for today, guys. Thank you and have a good day. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Please confirm your enrollments, whoever is interested to go with the course. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.